Okay, so this time will be a marathon of events. Yeah, brand new event and brand new event. And it says, oh yeah, fungus, mechanic. Oh, okay, say it again. Fungus, mechanicus, sus. It's so yeah. The more it slowly becoming even funnier than you think. Yeah, this is actually a sequel of the previous. Yeah, yeah. It's not a flagship. It's a sequel, but it's not still a flagship. Yeah, it's a sequel of that flagship event quest from version 3.2. Oh no, yeah, it's 3.2. The one with the bongo head. Yeah, bongo head, everyone. The hydro healer fungi blue spore guy thing. And yeah, yeah, it's true. We're going to see this big blue ball of wholesomeness in Port Ormos, where that time we met Yaimiko and Layla. And yes, it's confirmed. Layla's story quest is coming on version 3.6. Yay! Hey, let's go! But why? Why is it like it's separate? It's not. It's supposed to be in a separate series. Hangout Quest. Yeah, this time we're gonna do the Faruzan Hangout Quest, but with a simple challenge. Yes, it's true. Because of requirement of the completion of the Tignari story quest, in which we're gonna do. Oh, I can't wait. Had to be better than the previous one, which is called the Redux Walkthrough. Holy. Yes, it's basically the same thing, but it's actually with a different voice actors. I hope they're gonna do that ASAP on the next version, I think. If not, now they will be changing plans, and I'm gonna wait till then never. If I see, yeah, at that time when I do the Faruzan Hangout Quest, if I see Tignari on site, I have to pull all the rerun banners. Oh god, please don't make me pull this one, please. Yes. Aika is one of the strongest cryo characters in the game. People asking for Shenhe, but they can decide to skip her anyway. But yeah, what I'm looking for is this. It's been a while since we met him, not once but twice. The first one is with the House of Electro Marathon, which is the Wine Liza Fest, which is AKA the 2022 anniversary event, which took place in Mondstadt. And he's pictured as an NPC, and I didn't even expect Mika as unplayable, but he is finally right here, everyone. But oh dear, now I have to pull for him if I see. Okay, yeah, gonna prove it. I already got him in the second account, but if I see Tignari in Faruzan's story quest, yes, Tignari was in Faruzan's story, Faruzan's Hangout Quest. I have to pull for Ayaka. That's the challenge. That's it. Or maybe I have to pull the banner till I get Mika or Ayaka. Whatever. Mika, Ayaka. Mika, Ayaka. It's pretty funny. Hey, yeah. It's pretty funny because Thea, but it's Amber. But it's This is crazy. This update is crazy, but from top to bottom. We're playing this the interlude quest. It's pretty good interlude quest. But the rest of this update will be change anyway because. Yeah, of course. I have Faruzan right here, and we're gonna play her before the Hangout Quest because when met in person for the first time ever, with Faruzan. Faruzan has been playable before her Hangout Quest was out. That's a bit of a shame because it's supposed to be released at that time. Maybe it's because of planning issues or even I don't know. Not my idea. It's Hoyoverse's idea for delaying her Hangout Quest for a couple of versions. That's very sad.
I'll remind you again. The law can be both a help and a hindrance.
You won't find them anywhere else.
Hey. Don't comedy. Who are you again? Why can't it just it be automatically if you haven't played the flagship quest yet, it will be automatically this choice. If you already played it, it will be this choice. Let's try yourself. Heroes voice as well. Oh, then so proceeded government report the results of our work. Previously, TWU declared no a Cup Beast Tamers tournament should be suspended. While the Academy improves the design and wisdom art, yes. I believe two of you are waiting for the north. This concerning that. Oh God, Paimon, have you even forgotten Yai Miko? Why? Looks like wait, we almost forgot about her. Yeah, which one? I was not in the technical jargon much. Happily suggested for them. Oh, this was wisdom. Oh yeah, that thing that controls the fungi thing. We're not even using it because Bongo Head was extremely friendly towards the traveler. And like, speaking of Bongo Head just showed up version 3.6. What the fuck? Hello? On Nahida's story quest. That was Act 2, okay? That was Act 2 Nahida's story quest. There's Bongo Head. I'm not even joking. There's Bongo Head traveling with the traveler and Nahida into a brand new location where you see the so-called Baptist abyssal thing and so-called one of the so-called the 7 dragons of the 7 a something a Pam something. Okay, never mind. Yeah, she's formerly a companion of Rukudavata, and someone abandons instead of being locked in there. Yes, I can't wait for Act 2. And somatic event mean exactly on these fungus shaped pieces. Okay. It fungus mechanicus. Oh yeah, of course, a fungus mechanicus, basically theater mechanicus, but you as the fungi. But yeah, their job is to, of course, attack the mechanicus that you planted during the theater mechanicus event. No, minigame. It's a minigame. But this time it's a separate minigame and a sub-flagship event. Yes, Bongo Head, or Bongo Beanie, or if you live in Japan, it's actually Boko Boko Beanie. These funny names. Like several companion, go play with them. Yo, he's shortly. Golden Comet. Already set up. Choose these two, and just start anyway. I just start anyways. Then you just look at that information thing because I already play on the second account. But yeah, it took me a day to complete them all. Never mind. Then I'll go to the next one, which yeah, you encounter them for the first time in Leeway. Which is the event of the spices thing. Come on, Bongo Head, and who is this? Parafungus. Heal someone, Bongo Head. Let's pick that one up. Come on, help Bongo Head. Oh, you can press one instead. Challenge completed in under a minute. Alright. Yeah, that was good. I hope you didn't see that. Yeah, for testing, going from never mind. That'll be for next early winter for the. No. It's actually from on October. October. What's this? October or November? Yeah, October. Of course. Good for Paimon. What's this room, buddies? Oh yeah, we have to look for Bongo Head. Hey, Bongo Head. It's the Traveler. And there's Kindlejoy. Yeah, this contains some spoilers if you haven't played the flagship event. Yeah, I know that Kindlejoy was actually renamed Pyro 1 by this Ermine mercenary, and yeah, of course, and yeah, I believe if they could say, yeah. Wish I could keep them because yeah, we actually have to loan them for Good K when we were away. Question mark. Oh, look at them go. Let's feed them, shall we? Alpine flavored jellies, Bongo. Mint flavored jellies. Question marks. Let's feed them. Crab roll flavored jellies. Well, I guess Bongo Head can eat anything. Oh, Kenojo likes it. Yeah, I know. Bongo Head is a hydro. There's no wonder why. Sea level water. The seafood. He's not a fan of seafood. He's not, sadly. But Bongo Head was. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Immediately. Spices from the west, Norley search. This is the. This is on the Mondstadt. Which we've been this one way before, right? Then we'll do the Faruzan event quest. Right here, right now. Well, because it's supposedly it's not far off. Like, well, yes, that's foreign. Poor fun, eh? Of the, they call the yeah, she's in a group of three. One in the Zuma. I forgot what his name is. The Gourmet Supremo. Yeah, Gourmet Supremo. Yeah, his usual thing, just like last time. Wait. Open this one up. And we'll do the other ones later. Alright. And here we go. We'll unlock this. We should take this out because it doesn't make any sense when we complete all this. Yeah, it's filled up so quick. You don't need to use unlock criteria. Like, jeez, man. Jeez, Hoyoverse. Fast as I go for completing quests as much as I want, it breaks the purpose of using daily commission keys. It's kind of a shame because they fill up too quick. Because yeah, I grind for pretty much every day. For like daily Primo Gems for about 60 Primo Gems. There is one turf for getting a pole, but it's not enough to get like if you want like a 5-star, you have to wait for at least if you're free to play player for at least more than a month to get a 5-star on any circumstances. More than a month? Wait. More than, I guess, 3 months. Yeah, of course, 3 months or almost half a year. Alright, so yeah, we'll unlock this brand new Hangout Quest, a Confounding Conundrum. We're gonna do so-called a do or die challenge. If I see Tainari on this challenge, I have to pull for Ayaka. That's it. Or Mika. That bastard just cost me. His VA cost me my entire life savings. Hope you got arrested. I really hope. Just yeah. Vengeance will be mine. Or so to speak, vengeance will be on someone you never heard of. Okay, so let's begin Hangout. Like, heck, I never heard of Faruzan in 5 months. Yeah, I get Faruzan. Party Dhyai. That's okay, Party Dhyai. Is yeah, this place. A mysterious senior. 100 years older. No matter why you're stuck in that trap, it gets into that you know, she's not alone. I know the traveler gets into a time loop when the traveler enters Sumeru city. It's no wonder why. The same trap, exactly the same trap. I will bet it was the same trap. the so-called time loop trap. As we interact with Nahida. Or even this piece. Imagine she entered that. She just go back, okay? Go to Sumeru, then go back into the chasm again. It's ridiculous.
Even though most of the academia's restrictions have significantly relaxed, I'm still a bit worried that the Matra might give her trouble. I need to stay here to keep an eye.
Does it?
I'd only assign a job this important to someone.
Oh no,
I know.
Inappropriate. And who's gonna die first? Oh God, I.
Oh!
It's been a while. What a
Maybe
coincidence. I was just sorry, that's not what I meant. Also, you happen to know about this situation?
Banned by the academy.
It's complicated. And this, you might have heard about her in Sumeru before. Let's just say that she is, but she vanished for 100 because of that. Her current...
I'm getting a headache just thinking about it.
She doesn't have
I'll try.
Yes, Kisharawar and Spontamod research. However, it's already past our arranged... I don't think so. Anyway, can you go with...
Thank God.
I'm counting on you. Our task is, after all, if she's...
All right,
Oh really? At the start? You f***ing...
freeze to the core.
Guess I have no choice. At the start? How are you not telling me? Alright, let's put... Stardust exchange, yeah, what will be a few hours. Alright. So we'll do this, Mika of Ayaka. Oh God, I really want Baishu, like, fuck! Come on! Come on, I want Baishu, not another Ayaka, please! Please, please. Please, man. Oh. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, after that rage, honestly, it's so fucking painful. It's so fucking depressing. Oh my God. Oh, thank you for saving my balls, Hoyoverse. Thank you. I mean, fuck you, man. Faruzan and the academia. Oh my God. Imagine it's just like one of those so-called leak video thing that you can actually attack these characters, hurrying them, and beat them to the ground. Yes, I imagine that. I saw that on YouTube. There we go.
Sorry, what did you say? Oh, could you repeat yourself? As you know, I'm sure, hearing goes with age.
Faruzan, I said that you need to give us an answer.
Yes. And did you forget to add madam when you addressed me earlier?
Oh God, this Madame Faruzan.
Your hearing is perfect. Madam Faruzan, we don't want to make things difficult for you. However, you haven't been teaching courses or supervising. Isn't this rather problematic as an advisor? Never mind the students. Even other advisors are starting to complain.
And who, if I may ask, complained? If they have any issue with me, tell them to talk to me themselves rather than waste any of your time. You don't have to tell me anything.
Broken.
I very well know that it's those people from Haravatat.
But Madam Faruzan, it has been a long while since you last made any practical academic contribution.
Academic contribution cannot simply be divided between the tangible and the intangible. The issue here, I believe, is that the reviewer doesn't understand the very nature of knowledge itself. In any case, makes no sense to use a metric like this to evaluate a mentor.
Wait! Madame Faruzan, please let me finish.
That's her, alright. But the person with her doesn't look like a Matra.
Yeah, she looks so young, but that. I hope it. An alibi is required for.
Shh! She hates it when people call her young! Her body apparently stopped aging during the year she was gone. So that's why she looks the same as she did 100 years ago. Okay.
Anyway, Akara Crafts and the leader of Ksharawar would like to invite you to collaborate on this project. They're wondering if you'd be interested. Madame Faruzan?
She's obviously
Are you listening?
What the hell?
Mm-hmm. Ah, Kale! Why are you here at the academia?
I'm much better, Madame Faruzan. It's all thanks to the traveler.
Have you been sleeping well? You seem to be developing some eye bags. Is that brat Tainari forcing you to stay up late again?
Yes. you go, girl. That brat Tainari was. Good one. Good one.
No!
Good roast.
It's because I'm a slow learner.
It's good to be hardworking, but you need to take care of your health. I'll have to give Tainari a right talking to when I see him. I'll also prepare some health supplements for you.
There's really...
Ah! And is the person beside you the legendary traveler? Oh, I've heard much about you before. In fact, I've been meaning to meet you for a while now. It is thanks to you, after all, that the academia is finally getting back on its feet. Even Kali's illness is...
Ahem. Madame Faruzan,
That is
I
old
believe
story.
we were still discussing the collaboration with Akara Crafts.
That Elazar thing is old history. Madam.
I'd wager it's those Ksharawar dunderheads finding excuses so that I'd go to their darshan.
If you're this unwilling to participate in the collaborative project, you can also consider teaching a class. It might be difficult to teach a course with topics that only fall within Haravatat's subjects, but we can't delay this anymore. You need to give an answer. You can teach a course or participate in a collaborative project. If you don't do either, it'll be hard for me to persuade the advisors and students who have been
Could you not give me a few more days to consider?
That's precisely the issue. If you don't give an answer today, I fear that someone will soon escalate their
What a waste of free time these folks are. Now you two are here at Tainari's behest, I take it. I'm sorry, but given the current situation,
Oh, let's say something. It's in a moment with Kole.
Of course. I shall need some time to think as well.
Nice calling Tainari a brat.
What
Good
now?
one.
She seems so... Master said there's no rush. But I know that he's been busy working on something at Pardis Dhyai. I feel for Madame Faruzan, but I still want to ask her to come with us. But if I get her in trouble with the academia, then she won't have the time to help Master. What should I do? Oh, this is such a headache.
So resolve problem first is thinking to get her party TI.
Yeah, that would be the best for them both. But I'm sure he'll say, the best thing you can do now is study hard, so I don't have to give you remedial lessons. Huh? Oh, yes. This way she can get her problem sorted out quickly. So if I also stay and help... okay then.
Need force it.
I have to teach students from Haravatat, or owe Ksharawar a favor. It strikes me that they might be even less happy about...
I think I can sympathize.
We're back, Madame Faruzan. The traveler said that she can stay and help you.
Oh, why I couldn't ask for more. In fact, I'm rather curious about the type of person the traveler is. You were the one who taught Azar a lesson after all. That said, will I be troubling you?
That. Yes, Azar the traitor.
Is that so? Good. It does so happen that... Now, should I apply to teach a course with Haravatat, or join the collaborative project that Ksharawar is proposing?
This choice like this. Haravatat or Shawar? Let's choose Haravatat
You
first.
might have heard of it before. Haravatat is an academic faction that researches languages and runes. 100 years ago, Madame Faruzan was a researcher from that darshan.
Now, no.
Yes, of course. But current Haravatat students can't really, understand her direction of research. So even if she opened a course,
In summary, I mean to interpret the configurations and solutions of ruin mechanisms via the deciphering of on-site stone carvings and unearthed documents.
the research method is supported by Haravatat, yes, but the content deals heavily with both ruins and mechanisms. This will make it difficult for students of this darshan because they don't understand much about mechanism. Also, there are fewer and fewer unexplored ruins left nowadays, and Ksharuar researchers have been developing their own theories on mechanisms. As such, they don't need to rely on ancient...
They're far too complacent. Ancient mechanisms are more dangerous and complex than one might imagine. I'm telling you, things weren't like this 100 years ago. All researchers back then were interested in exploring knowledge from a variety of topics. Nowadays, all people are interested in are mainstream subjects in popular research. Even if they attended my course, I wouldn't be interested in teaching them.
Angry Faruzan again.
Also, the people here think that my research is outdated and unrealistic. So they keep cutting my funding. Why, I think they could all stand to learn from Kale. She's a hard-working child and respects her elders.
Huh? Why me?
If only those who came to my lectures were more like you. Speaking of which, are you feeling better? You don't have to confine yourself to Gandharva.
I just remembered that I have a lot of studying to do.
Are you telling me to start a reading course for Kale?
Huh?
Wait. Although Tainari has academic dealings with the academia, he isn't considered part of it. This means that Kale isn't technically a student.
No, she's right. The old academia became consumed by their arrogance precisely because there must surely be many people like Kale and Sumeru who are passionate about learning, but cannot study due to various reasons. The old academia paid no heed to them. But if I start a reading course for Kale as a pilot, perhaps this shall come to benefit many more people in the future.
I'll need to go back and ask if this is in accordance with
Oh, save yourself the extra trouble. I'll come with you. Traveler, Kale, do wait for us a little while outside the academia. I'll be back in just a moment.
Wait!
Essential classic. Just on the academy. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about that. Yeah, I'm gonna try to dive Mika first. Oh my god. Getting mad and getting happy. Oh, the relief. So here it is. Whatever this is. Okay. Oh yeah, the frontline surveyor of the Flanks of Harmonious.
Precision strike.
There's also something for Eula. Yeah, you can also target these guys by using the element of skill, just like that. You don't just do it that immediately, tap immediately. It will result like this. Hold on. Then yeah, I thought it's a catalyst user, but it's actually a polearm character.
Dividing cover fire.
Yeah, it's just like that, just immediate bursts. Oh, the cooldown is so long. You have to just hold. Anyway, well, this guy has a trick up his sleeves. This is a supporter class, where you can.
Oz,
Yes.
reveal by...
Leave the wounded to me.
Diana Special!
Buff
I'm around!
incoming.
As you wish, mein Fräulein.
because this guy,
Now's your
Mika,
chance.
yeah, his full name is
Hey,
Mika
Mary, dream.
Schmidt.
Wings of darkness, come,
It's also the
sever night
scorer.
from...
It did work. It did work. By providing these props from
Let's keep going, team.
Mika, yeah, it's not.
Special! Pew
That's a
pew!
book, yes, but it's
Shadow
not
Raven,
powerless.
let me fall!
It's a magical book. Yeah, that breaks the purpose. I know that some colleges are not using books. Pretty impressive. I think this test drive is better than this test drive. I pressed the fucking space button and see. Okay, doing the alt. I hope punching attacks. They added punching attack on her. Yeah, recently they actually will release an artifact set, that is specially for Dhyai. And it's not bad unless in the long run they better fix it real quick before next version 3.6 launch. And that's Mika. What about Faruzan? I have to do Faruzan this time. Move somewhere else. If you don't know Faruzan, she's like a so-called a poor man's Venti, because she shares the same weapon and also vision to Venti, of course. There she is. Gotta change that. Sorry, I'm gonna clean up my nose or even my something. Oh, there is. Oh, that's not good. That's an animal slime. No good for Faruzan. Or maybe that target. Oh, it's too big. Oh, that's the withering thing. Or so shall I say, the raw. These guys. They're in front of the withering. It's crazy. Oh, we're gonna do some cheap shot on one of these guys. Oh, there he goes.
Engaging.
Take this! Inadmissible evidence! We'll see
Say
about
you can
that!
land like this. It's best if you're a PC user, you're good playing Faruzan.
Lightning slash!
Neutralizing threats.
Off with you!
Too late for...
Wow, that's pretty good. This has there's a charge.
Precision strike.
Take this!
Have a little taste. Freeze!
You had your chance.
Picked the wrong time.
Econ. Test subject. Go on test subject. Okay, so let's go to the. Let's get to this. Let's get back to the city. Oh yeah, I forgot to turn on alt yet. I'll just continue later. The alt is basically. Oh, that was close. Maybe we can. Well, like I know, yeah, to do elemental burst, charge, shoot to the ground, and the enemy sucked in. You don't want to see what the the ultimate is like basically deploying a so-called drone, which was out here and there. This is just like those basic challenges.
A historical artifact. Never mind.
Oh, sheesh, man, I'm getting old. Oh, this reminds me back in when version 3.0 was launched. I mean, chapter 3 was launched. Well, how about this guy? Right. Oh, move away! Sheba, just stand there. Run away, because this villager doesn't attack you. Then why are you standing in front of me?
Precision strike!
Gears of the storm. Lightning slash.
Oh, see, it's moving randomly. It's not even hitting the. What does it do? Yeah, what does it do? What does it do? Nope, not that button. Nope, not that one. This one. Talents. Yes, of course. Yeah. It should be. But it goes at randomly. Like, it's supposed to be like... just go into the enemy and hit. Yeah. Supposed to be like that, but unfortunately it's the opposite. But later it will give Faruzan one single charge when the thing hits her. Which is still, it's a good buff. It's a good buff, even for an animal character, or should I say, poor man's Vente. But yeah, unlike Vente, she can't even plunging attack from an elemental burst. All right, so let's continue. Go this way and.
I can't believe she rushed right in after we arrived. She's really headstrong. No, not really. Madame Faruzan is a brilliant scholar. Even Master thinks so. It's just that she can get a bit too passionate sometimes. I don't know how to handle that. Maybe it's because she wants to take me in as a student? It's just like that researcher said. The academia has completely changed during the 100 years that Faruzan was gone. I don't really get it. But it does seem like Haravitat's students who are interested in mechanisms and applications of the elements generally enroll in Kashariwar and Spatamat. Madame Faruzan also refuses to accept random students just to make up numbers. She still hasn't found a student she likes. But she seems to like my attitude toward learning. So she often asks me, it's because I'm a slow learner that I have no choice but to stay up late and study. It's not that. Madame Faruzan respects my choices. She hasn't been trying to persuade me, especially since she knows I need to rest and recuperate. She sometimes brings food to Gandharvaville for me. And each time she says that Master can't find out. Now that you mention it...
Kale, Traveler, thank you for waiting. The issue has been resolved.
This lady goes like, "What the fuck? That was fast!"
I argued with the higher-ups and convinced them of the practicality and necessity of education. If I'm not mistaken, they're the students of my classmates' students. They're a lot less forceful than their predecessors, though. I'd say they caved rather quickly.
Right. Even though she's just like Hatsune Miku, but you're like, this Hatsune Miku copy was a genius.
Amazing.
It's just that we need to fill in every single page of the application. It's been a century, but the academia is as picky as ever. Let's see now. What do we need to fill in? Course name, learning objectives, teaching methods, course materials. I suppose we can fill in the course name last. That's a bit too general, I'd say. After all, this class's target audience isn't toddlers or children. As such, we'll need a more specific learning objective.
That's true. If we use children's teaching materials, we'll only end up wasting a lot of time on things that students would already know.
And you have your job as a forest ranger, Kale. People who attend this course in the future are also likely to have life commitments. We need more effective teaching methods.
Master always tells me that practice is the best way to learn. That's why I often ask him to help me find simple books to read.
It must have been difficult to get books in Sumeru in recent years, no? Tainari really went the extra mile. Expanding literacy is a capital notion. Now that the academia is easing restrictions on the circulation of books, there should be more people who have become interested in reading. So that's next on the list. I fear that I'm at a loss as to which books youngsters like nowadays. Fair. Kale, what have you been reading lately?
Me? I've been reading light novels from Inazuma. I heard that ever since we were allowed to sell books in Sumeru again, some people set up stalls at Treasure Street to sell light novels. I've been meaning to go there and check it out.
That didn't age well because she's mentioned about Inazuma being cringe. It didn't age well. You could check. You check out on her voice and see what I mean.
Light novels? This is my first time hearing about such a thing, but I doubt I will procure suitable teaching materials from the House of Dana. Treasure Street it is.
Wait for us, Madame Faruzan.
Treasure Street, that goes 2
Even
levels
if
below.
someone as fast as her is over 100, let's pick up the pace and catch up to her.
Follow the wind. I follow the wind. The wind knows me. Into the wind. This was just a kaze no something. Oh, no. That's the Grand Bazaar. I'm forgetting about those things. I could just pick it up with Nahida instead. Oh wait, this is the. Wait. How did I miss that? I have to go up there again? This is ridiculous! Oh, the book vendors, yeah. Oh, I just forgot about that. Hell yeah, you
What a long and mildly ungrammatical
Is this your first time seeing a light novel, ma'am? Oh, they're the most popular of books nowadays. Would you like me to recommend something?
Fine. One shouldn't judge a book by its cover after all. Maybe browse through the books here.
Of course. Why don't you try this one? It's Outlander Brigade, When the Wind of Death Blew Towards the Blonde Samurai.
Ring a bell.
I heard that this book's off.
Now I've only skimmed through a few pages, but it feels like it's all fight scenes. The protagonist just ends up fighting in every scene with no proper build-up. Will anyone even enjoy a story that's only comprised?
How about... The good thing about being reincarnated as a hilly churl is that I only need to eat Sunsetias to become stronger.
Oh, wait. Oh yeah, I remember these stuff. Are these the same books that you can find in the Yaimiko story quests? I'm pretty sure that was from Yaimiko story quests.
A reincarnation isekai story? Those are pretty popular right now.
I don't think so. That didn't go
Isekai.
so like.
What in the world is that? Also, why does it become stronger by eating Sunsetias?
Called tropes?
Tropes? Ah, those fictional rules used to push the plot forward, yes? However, this book doesn't explain how reincarnation correlates to becoming stronger. Such an illogical rule will affect the coherence of the story.
How about this? I had to fight tooth and nail to get this in stock.
Oh, that's the latest volume of Onibudo!
Now that's a rather normal title length.
Yes, but I don't like it that much. Madam, are you going to use this series as teaching material?
Let me see. The dialogue flows quite well, but there are too many phrases here that I do. Third eye of perception, illusory mirror.
I also thought those names were strange when I was reading them.
It's impossible to derive the meaning of these phrases in isolation. Or did the protagonist purposely create these strange names to disorient their foes? So there's no deeper purpose.
You're right. It's such a weird book.
Even the most popular book in Sumeru back then had greater depth than anything written today. Yes, a Bahumano researcher wrote it while researching folklore. The plot had many twists. The world building was fantastic, and even the writing could withstand scrutiny. When it was still being published, many people in the academia, even the sages back then, all described the story as a timeless classic.
Is there a book like that in Sumeru? I've never heard of such a thing before.
It's called Tales of Shariar. Do you sell it here?
Tales of Shariar? I don't think I've heard of that before.
About 100 years ago.
100 years ago? Are you pulling my leg?
The legend of Antara is popular to this very day, isn't it? If an old story like that is still being shared, then Tales of Shariar must be even more popular.
Even if that is the case, I really don't carry that book here in my store.
What? I can't believe they've allowed the people of Sumeru to become so uncivilized.
Tales of Shariar. Oh, wait. I think I heard an antique seller on the other end of Treasure Street mention... I mean, it is a book from 100 years ago. Why don't you try asking for it there?
Tales of Shariar is considered an antique now? How could the academia have let such an excellent work of literature be forgotten like... Traveler, Kale, I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
Madam, wait! Oh no. You asked me why I'm scared of Madame Faruzan. It's because I'm afraid of that ancient language she researches, because I can barely understand any of it. Even so, what if researchers from 100 years ago like to use ancient languages in their books?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, don't want her to get hurt too. That's the antique seller. There are.
Found it! The 5th volume of Tales of Shariar.
Wow, you...
I never thought this book would ever get sold.
There are.
All right, that's our teaching material secured. We also now know what to call this course. Analysis of Classical Texts.
Can I take a look? Luckily the language being used here isn't ancient at all. I can recognize a few words here and there. Huh? But why aren't there pictures in this book?
As long as the writing is good, readers won't need any illustrations. Worry not. I shall thoroughly explain the difficult sections. You'll like this book. After all this time, I wonder if Aaliyah and Aziz ended up together. And who obtained the desert gem in the end? Sir, do you have the subsequent volumes of this series?
I don't think so.
Is that so? And here I thought I could finally read the ending. If I'm to use it as a teaching material, it's better to start earlier in the series.
I don't have those either. Actually, this is the only volume I have.
Is this series really that popular?
No. It's not popular at all. Rather, there's absolutely no demand.
No demand? Impossible. Back then, I'd come across at least 3 groups of people talking about it during a single stroll at the academia.
Seriously? No one told me that this book was anything special.
Where did you get this from?
I'm afraid not. This book was sold together with a whole bunch of antique furniture. Otherwise, the Matra would have come knocking. Wait, is this book actually worth a lot?
That's impossible. No matter how strict the academia was, there's no way Tales of Shariar could have fallen into such a...
I do remember a passerby skimming through the book a few days ago. However, he simply sighed and left.
He sighed? Why would he react like that? Given the quality of Tales of Shariar, he should have been entranced after a single I'm sorry. Traveler, Kale, please give me a moment. Why is there another misunderstanding between Ali and Aziz? Also, why is there no mention of the Desert Gem at all? And a new character is introduced with no foreshadowing at all? Is this really the Tales of Shariar I know?
Well, that passerby reacted in much the same way. It's Mada from the cafe over there. You know, the fellow who spends all day telling the legend of Antara.
Oh yeah, yeah, in that cafe, the legend. He says, the legend of the ancient hero Antara is. Everyone just walked away.
Since that's also a very old story,
the
maybe
guy.
he knows a thing
That's
or
the
two
guy.
about that, tale.
Then let's go ask around at the cafe.
Huh? Oh, yes. Let's go.
To the cafe and see my dog again. Yeah, possible cafe. That's where he is. There he is. That's my dog.
Another day, another empty room.
I knew it. Everyone just ran away from the cafe. If one of them just be like, "Oh, this store, he's nuts. I can't even." Oh, this guy's getting cliches everywhere.
Excuse me?
Yes! Are you here to listen to my story?
Well, we actually came to ask about...
I see.
s-
It's fine. I'm used to it, more or less. So, how can this terribly unpopular storyteller
Do you know about Tales of Shariar?
Huh? Tales of Shariar? Why, I can barely remember the last time anyone talked. My master always talked about how incredibly popular that book used to be. However, I tried reciting a few chapters of it at the cafe, and I found that it's even less popular than the Legend of Antara.
Your master?
Yes, the one who taught me how to be a storyteller. He said that Tales of Shariar was written by his master's master's master.
Well, it's supposed to be great grandmaster.
He also said that this great-great-grandmaster was an academia researcher, and that even the sages liked the series.
Well, should I say a saint?
He wrote 4 volumes back then, and the reviews just got better and better. You couldn't find a single person in Sumeru who hadn't read his books.
And then? What happened next? Why doesn't anyone know about Tales of Shariar now?
Oh, it's hard to tell when it comes to trends. One day everyone likes stories like that, and the next day their tastes change completely. Instead of writing a proper ending, this great-great-grandmaster kept trying to extend the story. To tap into popular trends, he added a lot of tropes. Then, starting from the 5th volume, the reviews started to go downhill.
How could that be? Then what happened to Tales of Shariar in the end?
In the end, there's no ending. The great-great-grandmaster tried to write a few more volumes, following whatever trends were popular at the time, but the trends kept changing right as he published his book. He got so infuriated that he stopped writing altogether and focused on his research instead.
What? So there's no ending?
By that
It's
time,
a-
only a very small number of people were reading Tales of Shahryar.
That means it's a giant cliffhanger. Oh dear. Yeah, of course.
Anyway,
That
my
was a
master
flop.
probably exaggerated. The only tangible thing my great-great-grandmaster left is the original draft of Legend of Antara. He also left behind many theses from his research phase. When my master talked about Legend of Antara, my master is a much better storyteller than me. But even he won't recite Tales of Shahryar due to its ever-changing writing style and its lack of an ending.
So, Antara's story is the one that lasted through the year.
Well, not even sages can definitively ascertain the quality of something like a story. In the end, only time can separate the classics from the fads.
Only time?
Madame Faruzan?
It's been 100 years. Perhaps some things I once believed to be great aren't so after.
Yeah! Master helped me find a lot of famous books at first. But in the end, I realized that I couldn't get. No matter how good those stories are, I can't improve my skills if I can't bring myself to read them in the first place.
Huh. Indeed. That is true. Readers' interest and trends of a time are not things that are so easily predicted. What was popular 100 years ago could be completely forgotten in modern times. And yet, 100 years, as far as history is concerned, is but a blink of an eye. If Tales of Shahryar hadn't chased after trends and instead stuck to its original style from start to finish, it might have stood some chance of gaining renewed popularity. No, even if that didn't happen, at least it would be a work that was true to itself.
Huh? Our conversation just got a lot more serious.
I don't really get what you're talking about, but it does sound sensible. Looks like I also have to hang in there and tell Antara's story well.
How unseemly. I almost got carried away because of a single book. Well then, we should get back to the matter of our teaching material. No. Kale, you found a book that you liked at the bookstall?
Yes, but I don't really.
Then we'll use that book as our teaching material. Now that I think about it, using a book that you like is the most suitable choice for teaching you how to read. As for the academia, as long as we come up with an appropriate course name, we should be able to get away with this. My, it sounds like you've dealt with the academia before. Now then, let's return to the book vendor in a bit and buy the latest volume of this Onibudo for Kale. But if I wish to use it as teaching material, I have to read it first.
Huh?
Speaking of which, other than third eye of perception and illusory mirror, I also espy some unfamiliar phrases from the reader's messages at the back of the book. Such things as, even if it reminds me of my dark history, I still can't help but be drawn in by the story. And the author has written all the things that I only dare whisper into a tree hollow. Why do people use dark history to refer to awkward or embarrassing memories? Is this some slang that was invented in the last century? If one of our learning objectives was researching linguistic changes over the past 100 years, it might make it easier to get these books approved as teaching material.
Oh, I can tell you what that's all about. Apparently, in their youth, some people used to imagine themselves as someone burdened by fate, fighting against the world, etc. But as they grew older, they started to become embarrassed by such memories. Some would write those fantasies into novels.
Mata? You know, I suddenly have the urge to hear a story about Antara.
Huh? Why so suddenly?
I knew it.
And yeah, there it goes. That's the first ending. One down, stories of past. As the past remain radiant even now. That's one down, a few to go. How many? 4 to go, yes. So we actually skipped the selling that book thing. Oh, it's actually one to go. Senior Tokole. do apologize. I put this volume up. It's pretty unexpected because I don't want to get spoiled, of course. But at least I got Mika at the first pull. Good for good for me. Good for you too. Talk to Chloe. Outside. What? Wait. Okay, outside. We're good. But at least I have to case for. Why I have?
Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in!
Let's see what this guy says. Yeah, this is the legend of Antara. Well, yeah, that didn't work. You say something. Yeah, the legend of Antara is a. Hey, where's everybody going? He ran away from the cafe because the story getting less interesting and everyone's gone. Yeah. See about that next.
What now? She seems... Master said there's no rush. I feel for Madame Faruzan. What if I get her in trouble with the academia? But if someone does come... And if the academia investigated and found her at Pardis Dhyai, do you have some way to invite her over to Pardis Dhyai without stepping on the academia's toes? Okay?
Okay, so we're on a different path.
I have to teach students from Haravatat, or Okasharawar.
Madame Faruzan, we're back! Sorry for asking again. But are you sure you can't go to Pardis Dhyai today? Well, since you're asking me so sincerely...
Please, Madame Faruzan, focus. Today's the deadline.
Yeah, well, that lad didn't make it very clear in his letter, now did he?
Yeah!
Wait. Opportunities for collaborative research don't just come out of thin air. Also, there isn't much overlap between Madame Faruzan's research and
A fully automated irrigation system.
fully automated.
Precisely. It's a system that can automatically adjust the amount of water it provides. I saw a similar mechanism while exploring the ruined rainforest. That's why Tainari wanted to collaborate with me.
A mechanism like that exists?
I was found 100 years
Oh yeah.
ago, so it's only natural that you don't know about it. Why don't you go ask your teacher's teacher? Perhaps they've heard about it from their teacher.
Oh yeah, that ruined the feather thing. Yes, that ruined the feather. What's his name again? What's his name? Its name? The name of that unusual rune defender, which has a part DI.
But we can't prove its existence.
Fret not. I'll have Tainari write an official proposal to the academia later.
An official proposal. I'll go.
Come on,
and
Hazel, it's
this
not the
now.
time.
Sure. I'll be sure to needle him until he gets it done. Phew. I think she... Even though this is our first meeting.
Wow! You made up that excuse on the spot, huh? Madame Faruzan, did you really find an irrigation system 100 years?
Who knows? It's been 100 years, so it wouldn't be too surprising if...
Huh?
I'll let Tainari worry about whatever documents we... If I'm right, the request he has in store for me won't be any simpler than the academia nonsense.
That means we go back to RDI, yes. Okay. Yes, Karkata. Ally Rune Defender. Then we're back. Where did he go? Good! He's
You
gone!
don't have to shout. I can hear you.
Well, you got here much faster than I expected.
Thanks to the Traveler, I was able to, pawn off various problems of mine.
On to others?
We can discuss that later. You're looking for me because of the thing you mentioned in the letter, right?
Mm-hmm. Karkata.
That's right. Please, follow me.
I thought we could just go without him. Yes, he's owner of Karkata. Where's Karkata? I want to see Karkata, not Taiknari. Imagine. There he is. There's Karkata. Is he okay? Hey, oh. What happened?
A monster?
Don't be scared. It's the final.
You mean Abatui? He must have been a genius to create one of such polish all by himself.
Bad news for Faruzan. He's dead. Spoiler, he's dead.
It's uncommon that a Spontamod researcher is able to create such an intricate machine.
Oh, he looks down so bad. He's not like this before. Last time we left. We met.
Something seems wrong here. Have you been maintaining it? Mechanical life forms are much more fragile.
Karkata has been lying. I've taken a few. My knowledge can.
Not necessarily. Mechanical life forms are created using techniques from alchemy, elemental science, and there are multiple modules here that influence each other. A simplistic knowledge of mechanisms will not serve here. Each mechanical life form is very different from the next. So even I cannot be sure of my understanding of mechanical life forms.
Koli.
Can you all go outside for a minute?
All right.
Poor Karkata.
Who knew that I'd encounter a mechanical life form in this manner after 100 years?
So it was kinda like true that these things showed up 100 years ago. Yeah, it's a few moments after the foundation of the Abyss Order. Let's set this one up. Genius will have a very, very hard job this time.
I didn't know mechanical life forms could get sick too. You have to get better soon, Karkata.
Gonna talk to the long
We'll wait
ears.
here till Faruzan finished her past, huh? I've told you before that she her exact word.
That ruin was crawling with traps and coded inscriptions from wall to wall. I did all I could to decipher the code and deactivate the traps to escape the ruin, but there was no way out.
Ah, of course.
I lost track of time and I ran out of pen and paper. In the end, I had to use stone shards to write on the walls and on the floor to decipher the code. Then, before I realized it, I ran out of space on the walls and floor. I had to calculate all the possibilities in my mind. After that, my memory started to become fuzzy, and my cognition slowed down.
She doesn't remember when she was found in the outskirts of Sumeru. The Academia and because of the ruins, though she had finally broken in the end, even the Academia had to. Don't make that face. Rather, she sees that period of it even after going through some. Due to changes over the. What I want to say is that no matter, she has her own deep understanding of various.
Master, Madame Faruzan's done.
Oh, let's head over.
That's quick.
I never thought that I'd encounter a restitution module once again after 100 years. Abatui really installed quite a few impressive things on this. If my guess is correct, this mechanical life form has displayed attempts at self-sustenance before, right? Such as collecting parts to repair itself, for instance?
It used them for something else, but as far.
I knew it. If I'm not wrong, Karkata's issue lies with its restitution. Abatui's modified this module extensively, but the core parts and design philosophy are very similar to the principles as I know them. They are all based on principles learned from the creators of the Ruins machine. Once tried to create a perpetual mechanism that could the restitution module is the result of one of their... It replicates the behavior of living things to achieve a self-repair function. For example, a living thing's heart can deliver nutrients and blood to various organs. However, the bigger the living thing, the more powerful. Once the heart is damaged, it'll be hard for that living thing to heal itself, and even the function of other organs can be affected. Thus, the attempt wasn't even 100 years ago. I'd only seen it once before. Oh dear, this is going to be a problem. Based on my current research, I'll need to swap out the damaged parts in the restitution module, but like I just said, the module is rare, even by the standards of ancient machines. Not only that, but there is very little related research documentation available. Finding suitable parts would be like trying to find a single gear in the vast desert, to say nothing of the difficulty in making those parts from scratch. One can only wonder where Abatui found the original parts.
I might have an idea.
You mean to say he found a restitution module in the desert?
But the desert's huge! How are we supposed to find the parts that Karkata need?
According to the Academia's records, no similar parts have been found in the Great Red Sand over the past 100 years. If we want to try our luck, we'll have to explore
I do know that a Vahumana researcher formed an expedition team after the sandstorms and earthquakes.
Should we ask them if they've...
The chances are slim, but it's at least more effective than running around like headless chickens.
His name is Raid. I think...
Oh, you and Kale should probably stay. Besides, you still need to take care of the trouble that the Academia left for me.
Trouble from the...
I'll let Kale fill you in on the details. I look forward to seeing your work, Tainari.
Trouble. You mean getting his ears busted? Good. That'll make him deaf. Yeah, just like his A, just like his VA. I wish I could put this in Japanese, but no. That'll break one of my so-called code of conduct. Even if I want to do is the New Game Plus, yeah. I'll do the Japanese voice line, the New Game Plus in the future. Maybe the so-called Tainari English V2 will change my mind. Or something like it. Yeah, that's cheap. Like, your character completely. What do you see up there? Like, moving character completely. What are those two doing? What is this? This is so random. There's a guy right here. There's a guy right there. There's a guy right there. It's like you there. Say, you just stay there and we'll investigate this thing. And then this guy was up in this rock. It's so funny. Oh. Tired villager.
Oh, so we still can't go back to Aru village?
Yeah. Uh-oh, that's bad.
A new punching bag.
No! You don't really found someone! Go! No! Catty villager.
That huge machine looks amazing.
It's gotta be. Yeah, at least.
What is this?
Halt! Mr. Raid's permission is required to proceed any further. That still won't do.
Damage the site? I've excavated more ruins than you've visited restaurants. Which batch of students is Raid from? I want to see him right now.
Oh my god. Does that remind you of?
He isn't at the campsite now. You should all leave.
What a stubborn guy. You're right. Even if there is new information, we still have to wait for him to come back so we can... I'm going to give that Raid a good talking to when he gets back.
Yeah, of course. Go on and explain it to him.
Halt! Mr. Raid's permission is required to proceed any further.
Yeah, I just want to talk to the other guy. Come on. Look at this. What the? Hey!
Halt! Mr. Raid's permission is required to proceed any further.
Let's talk to this guy.
That machine looks amazing. The location seems to fit too.
Well, this is actually a camp.
Ruins. Forget excavation.
This is actually a camp for that resting that robot thing.
This area used to be ravaged by frequent sandstorms. They say that this was done by a single traveler. But seriously, is such a thing even humanly possible?
Could be the traveler's sibling. Must be a traveler's sibling.
Well, I found out everything I could.
Or maybe
Is
it
there anything
was
that stands out
Alice. I don't think so. That's not
to you?
Alice.
Ruin Wanderer. It's a bit far away.
Yeah.
Huh? What are you guys doing back here? I wouldn't blame you for not knowing about it, youngsters. It's said that this monster, the Ruin Wanderer, traversed through various ruins for centuries. Some said that it was like a giant, while others said that it was like a beast. Then, about 10 years ago, we stopped hearing any news about it in Sumeru. No one has seen it since then, and the legend has since faded into memory. You youngsters probably don't know about the Ruin Wanderer nowadays.
Centuries? Impossible.
Wait,
Indulge my curiosity for a moment. Why do you think that wreckage is the Ruin Wanderer?
well, I had also heard that secondhand.
You heard that nonsense from the Eremites after they got drunk, right?
Like these three.
Who are you?
Madam Faruzan, it is a pleasure. I'm Raid, the one who... I'd heard of you at the Academia, but I didn't expect to run into you here. True, and this must be the famous traveler I...
Have you found any special contraptions and relics in the room?
I'm ashamed to say that we haven't...
Really? That...
I'm afraid those are mere rumors. Really, I sometimes...
You're right, sir. I'll get back to them.
The wise do not buy into rumors, so it is said. I believe that you too, Madam Faruzan.
It is also said that real knowledge shall come from practice. You can take credit for any new discovery.
In truth, I could ask for nothing better than your help with our However, you two must be tired after a long journey. I'd feel bad if I set you to work immediately. It's getting late and my subordinates and I are heading back to the camp to rest. Why don't you find a place to spend the night first? We can use a tent for the villagers occasionally.
Since you need to rest as well.
Of course it was. So we have to go here.
This is quite far away. Now, I have my suspicions about this archaeological expedition team and that machine wreckage. But based on the condition of the armor and joints, it didn't seem like something that had been lying around for centuries. Yes, the timing coincides with the spreading of the legend. How do you suppose it was able to maintain a relatively good condition despite high-intensity operation? That's right. Technically speaking, the module shouldn't be able to move such a large machine chassis. However, I'm basing my knowledge on the mechanical life forms I've seen before. Well, this was over 100 years ago. It was a machine about the same size as Karkata, actually. It couldn't carry heavy objects or fight, and was only able to help me record some notes. It also helped me deliver letters home. I found it near the desert, which is why I wondered if there might be more restitution modules. Honestly, people in ancient times might have already solved the problem of providing. Had I confronted Raid right there and then, he would have said that he couldn't tell that the machine was special. If the wreckage were to be handed to the academia, it'd be much tougher for us to do research on it or get... Anyway, we should figure out what they're planning before making our next move. They insisted that we should stay the night, which means if they're trying to pull a fast one on us, they're likely to try tonight. Are those sounds coming from the excavation site? I knew they wouldn't be able to wait. They must be scared that we might discover something tomorrow. Not a single person guarding the campsite. This must be quite the... I'll see if they left any clues behind at their camp. All right. I'm counting on you.
That's how we can find the parts. Karkata this time.
Why isn't the tent here yet? We need...
It's still on the way. I'm afraid this is the first time we're delivering such a huge one.
You good-for-nothings are just a load of trouble, aren't you? We wouldn't have to deal with these interlopers if you had kept those lips of you. Hurry up and hide our current tent.
Huh? Who's there?
I'm sorry. I'm just a bit upset because my subordinates aren't doing their job. It's nothing. Just a tent. We didn't pack up all our tents from the last campsite. Some of them, along with a few people, have been left there. Someone damaged our current tent, so I'm trying to get my subordinates to get one from that previous camp. The relics in the ruins are highly valuable, so I'm worried that treasure hoarders and bandits might try to steal them. Well, these things are antiques after all. There will always be people interested in buying them. I hired so many people. Speaking of which, I'd like to ask, is the Academia really aware that you've traversed through the desert to come? Also, where's Faruzan?
I'm right here. Also, you forgot to address me as Madam.
Again?
Sorry.
You were all making so much noise that I couldn't sleep, which is why I got the Traveler to find out what was going on. But for some reason, that one task took forever, so I came to check in on the situation.
I'm very sorry for disturbing.
Good. Come on, Traveler. Yes, we came to check out the situation. We should get better rest so that we'll have energy to investigate.
Sorry for disturbing your...
Yeah, something's not right. Something's not right.
Thanks for dealing with them. Now, I found something good on my end. According to them, the ruins have been raided before, with numerous traps and contraptions. I also observed the wreckage up close earlier. The weathering is nowhere near as extensive as on the... There's no doubt that the wreckage and the ruins don't belong to the same era. Instead, it must have wandered into the ruins about a dozen years ago. It could have fallen into a trap or encountered a glitch within the ruins. However, I still don't know why they'd want to hide it. The last few pages of the excavation records are written in code, which I still need time to decipher. It's just wordplay. And if anything, that's my wheelhouse.
Help!
Oh, man. What? Is this... What the hello? What? That thing just...
Why are you running away? Come back! Protect me!
What's that sound?
Oh, man.
The Ruin Wanderer? That's impossible! Is this the work of some kind of hidden mechanism? Never mind. We have to focus on saving lives first. What? It ignored the Traveler? Why is it chasing after us? What could have caused it to reactivate?
Darn it! Hey, come on, you lot! It's clear that we can't escape, so let's just attack!
And what up? What is this? What is this? What kind of joke is this? What? Excavation failure, like it's stopping.
But what if it suddenly moved?
You good-for-nothings! Why is everyone I hired so useless? Looks like this thing's parts can't handle the load of functioning anymore after years of disrepair. When it first reactivated, I was wondering if it'd be as amazing as the legends had pegged it to be. I didn't expect it to be so much weaker than...
Disappointing, you say? Now, is that because you won't be able to sell it for much?
Faruzan, you may be my senior as an academia researcher, but that doesn't mean you get to slap...
You wrote these excavation records, did you not? Or perhaps calling it a ledger.
I don't recognize that.
January 3rd. Excavated 5. January 5th. 3 tents sold. January 10th. 1 special tent pre-sold. It must quickly be switched out with an old tent. You're supposed to be an archaeological expedition team, and yet here you are, secretly selling the relic. When you believed that you had found the wreckage of the Ruin Wanderer, you tried to switch in wreckage that you had excavated previously to put... After all, there would probably be many wealthy buyers interested in purchasing the legendary Ruin Wanderer in the black market. Yes? And then we arrived just before you could finish. That forced you to speed up your plan, and you tried to complete the switch overnight before I could investigate the wreckage. In your haste, however, you accidentally activated the Ruin Wanderer instead.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You lack the curiosity befitting a man of knowledge, nor do you have respect for mechanical life forms.
Ridiculous!
Mr. Raid!
Behind you?
What?
Why is it moving again? Run!
Oh, we have to stop it, sure.
Some said that it was like a giant, while others said that it was like a beast. However, none knew why it wandered the ruin.
Technically speaking, the module shouldn't be able to move such a large machine chassis. Centuries? Impossible. I heard nothing about it back then.
Why is it chasing after us?
So you've been looking for me this whole time?
Oh yeah. Uh-oh.
Long time no see, Tamimi.
Oh.
Dear Faruzan, I hope you're doing well. It has been over 20 years since you went missing. People from the academia keep telling us to give up and that you're most likely dead. But somehow, I feel like you're still alive. Yes, that you live still. And you've always been persistent, able to shine no matter what situation you face. I believe that this persistence serves you well in surviving and finding. Unfortunately, I likely won't be able to welcome you home when you do. I don't have much time left, and my reflexes have slowed. Others keep telling me to stop Only Tamimi is still the same as before, always running off to places which you've been to. Your teacher and friends came up with an idea to remodel Tamimi, so it can search for you in our place. You didn't like coming home back then, and would always get Tamimi to send a letter back. Now we're leaving a letter with Tamimi. I don't know the answer to that question, but if you ever read this letter, I hope it'll be when you've already found your way home. I regret not being able to say this to you myself.
but I'll still feel sincerely happy for you, my dear daughter. Welcome home, Faruzan. Look at you, Tamimi. You've changed so much after all these years. Thank you for waiting for me all this time. I've safely received the letters. Tamimi, the mechanical life form I encountered back then. When I would go on expeditions, it would follow me, take notes for me, and send my letters home. When I met with that accident, it was on the way to deliver a letter for me. I didn't expect my teacher and others to remodel its self-repair function, and so, in order to plumb the depths of unknown ruins and overcome dangerous traps, it repaired and modified itself using parts it found along the way. Tamimi, which used to be incapable of even moving heavy objects, became the Ruin Wanderer, all so it could deliver these last letters from them to me. The strain to support such a huge body must have turned out to be too much for your heart. Even after the remodeling, its restitution module still can't function perfectly in perpetuity. It has been pushing itself beyond its limits over the past, just like a living being. Mechanical life forms have a limited lifespan. It probably became trapped in the ruins all those years ago because its shelf life had run. It most likely only reactivated because it detected my presence. And then it mustered up everything it had to deliver that last letter. Now, it can finally rest in peace. Kainari told you what happened to me. You don't have to apologize. It's not like this incident is a secret in the academia.
It's more like it's common.
Besides, I've always treated it as a failed experiment. However, finding out that so many people were affected by my failure, can you head back to Pardis Dhyai first? We've been here for a while, and it's best not to make Kale and the rest worry. As for me, I want to stay with Tamimi for a bit longer.
Happily read these notes. As well. Thank you. Thing's toast. Poor Tamimi, trying to find Faruzan. So let's go back to Dhyai. They will love find files with Karkata for you. God, help me.
You're back!
How was your journey through?
Tell Hotu Tamimi a secret.
As a researcher, we should give her and in the future.
Wait until one day later. That timer again.
I'm back!
We've all been waiting for...
That's more like it. Now, here are some components I brought back from the desert. Switch these out with the ones Karkata is using right now. Huh? Why do you all look so solemn?
Madame Faruzan.
Come now. I thought that you must have encountered some major problem. Well, it looks like you already know everything. But no need to feel bad. Like I said before, as researchers, we must learn to accept. Tamimi has been operating beyond capacity for a century, and I'm unable to repair it with my current abilities. Not even with these parts. As a senior, it is only right that I do something for the people who come after me. Besides, I didn't say that I would be giving you these parts for free. They will only be used for Karkata temporarily. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to help me with my... I'll be sure to provide Tamimi once I've fully deciphered and replicated the creations of...
All right, I'll do...
Me too! Although, thank you. If they could remodel Tamimi successfully even back then, there's no reason why we won't be able to do even better. And when that day comes, I'll be welcome home, Tamimi.
Start over. Yeah. So that's the second ending. I'll have to do the rest. What is it right now? Oh yeah, so what if I just keep it secret? Time to decide.
You're back!
How was your journey? So, Madam
Faruzan will be able to repair Karkata.
Okay, do that again. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh.
I'm back! Madam Faruzan! That's more like it. Now, here are some components I brought back from the desert.
So this is a relic?
Unscrupulous, huh? Sounds like you already told them what happened. Is that so? It's nothing. I've already given all the evidence we have against Raid to the Academia. I'll start repairing Karkata then.
So it brings back to life. Facing at him. Face at Karkata.
Looks fine, but... Looks fine.
Faruzan went out well.
It looks fine, but...
What's it gonna be? Okay.
You're here. Thank you for keeping Tamimi a secret. If I tell them about Tamimi, will they still feel happy for Karkata? I don't want my past to affect people in the present. It's fine. I once believed that I'd never hear from my old friend. However, I could remember them clearly again after reading the letter Tamimi handed to me, and I'd be disappointing them if I let myself fall into a slump because of this. Neither my teacher nor my mother would have wanted to. Besides, you're lending a listening ear to me now. Oh, Pardis Dhyai looks pretty scenic at night. Once Karkata's condition stabilizes, I'll find a chance to tell Tainar. But for now, just help me keep. Thank you. Whether it's 100 years ago or now, I have people who worry. I suppose I should consider myself quite fortunate. The only time when I felt otherwise was when I had just returned to Sumeru. No one came to check up on me then. Yeah, I'm home.
So that's what it looks like. Okay, so let's go to the other way around. If we go to that point, yes. Yeah, it would be. Oh, great, great. It would be so-called that that other choice. If I choose the other choice around, oh, worry, it'll fix up if I repair this. If I change the CPU. Call it on the left side.
What now? Master said there's no rush. I feel for, but if I get her in trouble.
I think someone will get a part of Dhyai.
But if someone, and if the academia, do you have some way to invite her over to Pardis, Dhyai?
Let's observe the situation first.
Huh. I have to. Madam Faruzan, we're back. Well, since.
Please, Madam Faruzan. Huh?
Why, that lad didn't make it very clear.
Yeah!
Wait. Also, there isn't much overlap between Madame Faruzan's research and that of Amorta, right?
A fully automated irrigation system.
A fully automated?
Precisely. It's a system that can automatically adjust the amount of water it provides based on the season and the plants. I saw a similar mechanism while exploring a ruin in the rainforest. That's why Tainari wanted to collaborate.
A mechanism like that exists?
I found it 100 years ago. So it's only natural that you don't know about it. Why don't you go ask your teacher's teacher?
But we...
Fret not. I'll have Tainari write an official proposal to the academia later.
An official proposal? I'll go inform my
Sure. Phew. I think she bought it, even though this is our first.
Wow! You made up that excuse on the spot, huh? Madam Faruzan, did you really find an irrigation system 100 years ago?
Who knows?
Huh? Then how will we explain things to them?
I'll let if I'm right, the request he has in store.
Motion shadow to the body guy. Check plan. No, we're heading the wrong way. That's just bad.
What now? Master said there's I feel for me, but if I get her in trouble. Yeah, that would be. But I'm sure he'll say, huh? So if I also stay in hell, okay then. I have to teach. We're back, Madam Faruzan. The traveler said that she.
Oh, why I couldn't ask for. Is that so? Now, should I apply? I don't know if Tainari's told you about this. I don't belong to Ksharawar, which specializes in researching mechanisms. Nor am I in Spontamod, which specializes in researching energy flow.
She has been invited to Ksharawar multiple times.
Just listen to how they introduce themselves. In the future, Ksharawar will be the only Darshan with the ability to research mechanisms. Besides, the current Ksharawar is more concerned about how mechanisms can be used in everyday life. If they're trying to use the collaborative project as an excuse to have me
No, that's not it. The request this time is from Akara Crafts. The representative of Ksharawar recommended you to them, Madame Faruzan.
Oh. Putting aside my ideological differences with Ksharawar, I suppose I must acknowledge this attitude of theirs. At the very least, they're bounds above those decrepit Haravatat fools.
Yeah, Akara Crafts is a...
Since both of you feel as such...
In summary, Akara Crafts wants to design a series of early learning toys that will cultivate curiosity and learning in children.
Early learning toys.
The academia agreed to work with them because they hope that these toys can help children become excellent researchers in the...
True. The current academia is in need of some new blood.
Madam Faruzan.
Anise, Kasharawar's representative, should be staying in the inn at Port Ormos. If you want more details, you can find her there.
Port Ormos? Now there's a place I haven't been to in a long time.
I probably can't join you since Port Ormos is a little far from here.
No worries. Go do your homework, Kale. Once I'm done with everything here, I'll thank you. Why, I'd even call this a rare chance for a curious researcher like myself to observe the legendary traveler up close.
Alright. So we're going somewhere. We go to Ormos again. Look for Agnes. Oh, the hotel.
Madame Faruzan! Oh, it's really you.
All right, calm down. Let me be clear. I'm still not all that interested in Kasharawar. After all, you're here as representatives of the academia in this collaboration. The reputation of all research is at stake here.
Either way, it's good that you were willing to come. Now, we've given Akara Crafts many ideas over the past couple of days. However, their owner thinks that our designs are too complicated.
That's expected. Students who have never had to deal with budgetary constraints probably don't understand how important it is to keep costs low.
If you join the Kasharawar, your budget will be as big as you want it to.
That's enough. I will not repeat myself. Take me to Akara Crafts owner first, if you please.
All right. He's usually at the slope up ahead recruiting volunteers to test out his toys.
Haha. Car crabs. Where's that? Oh, blow. I have to fly out from here. Oh yeah, that way is where we do the... Wow, being older. So the first 3.0 we do the so-called replica Arnar figurines thing.
Mamdu, the one I recommend.
Oh, so you're, Madame Faruzan?
Yes.
Ah, wonderful. We haven't been able to make any progress on our... We've made many suggestions, but Miss Anis thought that those ideas were too simple and wouldn't be effective in
These early learning toys are meant to help the academia train future researchers, after all.
But if they're too complicated, not only will they be expensive to produce considering our production capabilities...
So the design can't be too complicated, but it can't be too easy to play with either.
I remember that in your notes. Many contraptions have managed to fulfill complex functions despite using simple parts. Maybe we can do something similar with these early learning toys.
The contraptions in my notes? I didn't create those. I simply took the contraptions in the ruins apart and analyzed. But now that you mention it, the ruins did have things like that. Do you have a pen, paper, and scissors? I'll make a paper prototype.
You have an idea already? I suppose I should have expected as much of a respected academia senior researcher. Oh, you're done already?
Oh. What is this? It's look like a ship. It's look like a ship.
Let me explain. These 3 thick lines represent 3 poles. These paper strips of varying lengths represent rings of different sizes. They can be slotted onto the poles and stacked up like a tower.
Well, that is easier to make than I expected.
That's very simple as well. You just need to shift the tower from this pole to another pole.
Isn't this a little too simple? Even by the standards of an early learning toy, I mean.
Of course, when moving each ring, the paper strips in this case, you must follow one rule. You can only move one ring at a time, and you can't place a bigger ring on top of a smaller one. It's like building a tower. The rings in the 3 poles must be stacked from big to small. I named this toy Pagoda Stack.
That sounds way too simple. Even I feel like it's missing something.
Give it a try and you'll find out if it's simple or not. I heard from Anis that you find volunteers to try out the toys, right?
It's such a simple toy.
Mamdu, let's just do as she says.
Uh-huh.
And that's how you play this game. You can all give it a try. Let's see who's able to move the tower to another pole in the smallest number of steps.
You called everyone here for such a simple toy?
It doesn't look like it'll take that many steps.
Come on, we all promised to help Mr. Mamdu test out the new toys. He said he'd give us new Genius Invocation TCG cards.
Ugh, fine. Let's get this over and done with so we can head back and play card.
Done. It took me 19
Huh? I only needed 18 steps.
Not bad. Looks like you're all familiar with the rules now. Then let's increase the difficulty. The next tower will be 5 layers tall. Now then, give it a shot. Wait, there's more?
Well, since we're already here, Why don't we just give it a...
An extra layer shouldn't make it that much harder, right?
What's going on? I've already moved over 30 steps, but I'm...
I'm almost done. Looks like I'm the faster one this time.
Done! It took me 35 steps.
What?
This pagoda stack toy is pretty fun to play with.
Good. You'll try it one final time. This time, we'll add 2 more layers.
Ooh.
Mamdu, we've still got quite a few paper strips here. Why don't you give this a go as
Do you need that many steps for something this simple?
Madam Faruzan, you were looking at it quite seriously just now. Are you starting to understand the principles of... If you want to test out your hypothesis, you'll just have to play...
Got it.
Aw, we don't have enough paper strips left for you, Traveler. However, by the looks of things, why don't you guess what the lowest number of steps needed to solve the 7-layer pagoda stack is?
Lowest. Oh. Now it's 7. How to do the maths? Whoa, that's a lot of steps. Maybe 108? 127? There are 7 and 3 stacks, okay? 3 poles and 7 stacks. And it's a pagoda stack. So, maybe 127?
Oh, color me impressed. You figured it out so quickly. Let's see how well they did.
There's some time.
If I move this small ring, then the big one won't be able to go on top of it. Oh, this is going to take more steps than
I've lost count of how many steps I've taken.
This got a lot hard.
I solved it. Madam Faruzan, it takes 127 steps in total.
That many?
Whoa.
But there are only 7 left.
For every extra layer in the pagoda stack, the move order you need to consider becomes much more complex.
More accurately, it will require double the steps, plus 1 each time. You did well. You didn't underestimate the principles behind it just because it's an early learning toy. The complexity of any given contraption isn't determined by the number of parts it has. The way the parts interact and the rules behind how it operates are important too.
Oh, I see. No wonder you emphasized in your notes that no contraption should ever be underestimated.
I see. So even a simple toy can become complex with the right set of rules.
That's right. The rules used for Pagoda Stack are the simplest kind when it comes to ancient contraption-making techniques. I could spend some time picking out all those machines that do something similar and write you a reference book. Once that happens, you can give the volunteers the reference book and paper prototypes and find...
Do you have... Yeah! When can we play...
In about 2 days or so, I think. Anise, if you're free, can you help me with the illustrations?
Of course!
2 days should be enough for us to find more volunteers. Then we can organize a huge conference here. You'd be most welcome.
Thank you for coming here with me.
Leave Port Ormos.
Is Madame Faruzan...
No wonder she's so well respected at the academia. Don't let her know I said that.
I'll be going then. Say hi to Tainari and Kale for me if you can. Once everything here is settled, I'll make my way over to Pardis Dhyai as you want to ask why I'm unwilling to join them, putting aside the fact that they're too full of themselves. I actually have no issue with their research methodologies and approach. After all, knowledge is either right or wrong. Superiority and inferiority do not come into the conversation. All researchers are just doing their best to shed light on the unknown in their respective fields of expertise. No matter what corner of the unknown they shed light on, it's a step forward for us all. Because I believe wholeheartedly in that principle, even if the others call my research useless, as long as the knowledge I gain from it is accurate. In the end, useful and useless are concepts that shouldn't be used to evaluate. Not when I first started deciphering ancient documents, I didn't think about how it'd be useful to Kashar. That's why there's no need for me to join them to do useful research. I'd rather stay in Marabatot. It's much more convenient for me to access the materials I need for my... Still, the funding that Kasharwar has offered me is so hard to get in Marabatot. Perhaps if this collaborative project goes smoothly, I can even ignore Haravatot and ask for a higher budget directly. Oh, I could come up with lots of ideas. With Anis's help, 2 days will be enough for our work. However, I'm still undecided as to the style of the reference book's text and... You're right. Explanations are a core part of early... By using detailed and accurate illustrations, we can impart knowledge more effectively. It would also make it easier for me to recruit students. Thank you. I'll take your opinion into account. See you in 2 days.
Oh, God. Really, the day after tomorrow. Wow. I mean, wow. So yeah, just guess it correctly. 127 to take for about yeah 10. What if it was 9? 9 stacks would be longer than I tripled it. Let's head to the conference.
Oh, you're here.
We've called up everyone we possibly could have.
My masterpiece is going to be exhibited after all. Let's see what the academia shall say about it this time. To sum up, the 24 forms of pressure-based puzzle mechanisms were used in various... All right, let's go to the next page. Now, I'll explain the base layer design.
Are you done yet? I'm falling asleep.
I understand.
Are these real?
They sound a bit too dangerous to buy for children.
Well, we've prepared paper prototypes for everyone. If you're interested in the mechanisms, Madam.
This is no fun. Can I try another?
I want to go home and play Genius and Vacation TCG.
Forget it. I don't...
I should go home and take care of my children.
It's... Oh, that wasn't...
How did this happen? Forget about getting opinions from others.
I'm sorry. No. You said I will find a way to make up for this error.
Excuse me, but are you the one who wrote this reference?
Ah, you're that man Mountain who was in the crowd just...
Do I stand out that much? Well, I guess I don't look like someone who'd have anything to do with toys. Let me introduce myself. I'm Kamal, the branch master of Sumeru's Adventurers Guild.
What's the branch master doing here?
I came to Port Ormos to visit some old friends. On the way over, I saw the booklet you were handing out, so I came to take a look. Can you print a few more copies of this booklet and sell them to the Adventurers Guild? Also, could you make full-fledged models of those paper prototypes and sell them to us as well?
What does the Adventurers Guild want with these?
You may see them as toys, but to adventurers who need to deal with all sorts of machines and contraptions within ancient ruins, we have many members who can't read, so books are of little use to them. What they know of handling mechanisms has been learned solely through... Even if the academia granted public access to all their books...
Ah, an art...
Well, it is designed for children.
It might be a bit too difficult for children, but it's perfect for adventurers.
Mm-hmm.
Also, those paper strips, you called them paper prototypes? If you can make wooden versions for demonstration purposes, even the most illiterate person would be able to follow along and understand. If we can supply a model set for each branch, and if each adventurer carries a booklet with them, then ruin exploration will become much...
You really think so? I mean, yes, I always knew it. Knowledge will always be needed. When...
Making models of contraptions for the Adventurers Guild? To be honest, that sounds like a good avenue to explore.
We'll probably have to send in a separate application, but it shouldn't be an issue. After all, this concerns safety during the exploration of ruins. It's a problem that the academia is
Then let's cut to the chase and discuss the details of our first order. This much.
Now that's a sign. Yeah, so the other way around. Question and answer time. Yeah, that's all about it.
I'll be going then. Say hi to Anise. She's able to calmly I'll do my best to teach her over the... Well, her interest lies in... I do have some old knowledge to share. But if we think about the future, it's easier for her to learn the things she's interested in. My research into mechanisms is, in a sense, if she becomes my student to learn how to make... However, if she develops an interest in deciphering ancient texts over the... If I successfully poach a student, those young punks at Haravatat will have one less reason to cut my budget. Perhaps if this collaborative project goes smoothly... Oh, I could come up with lots of ideas. You're right. It's better to make it thank you. I'll take your opinion into it.
Again, 2 days for the results. 2 days. Oh. Okay.
Oh, you're here.
We've called up everyone.
My masterpiece is going to be exhibited after. And if we activate this little mechanism, just like that, a Sumeru rose will appear at the top of the cane.
I thought it came out of thin air.
If the mechanism was bigger,
Then you can't use a cane. Could you switch it out with a hat or something?
you're applying what you learned creatively. Not bad. Let's look at the next page. If you fold an origami bird like this, it'll fly further and more stable.
You can make a mechanism using just a piece of paper?
The principles at play are even more important than the parts that make up a mechanism.
These are pretty cool.
I'm not that interested in toys, but it will be. But
Everyone, we have paper prototypes and craft materials that you can use to make your own toys. Come try them out.
This is such a well-prepared event.
But we want to.
It's fine. We have a lot of paper prototypes and craft materials.
So this is a good ending, I guess. Only life of the event continues.
Oh, my origami bird
Professor Faruzan, how can I?
Professor Faruzan. That's another Professor Faruzan. What?
Just madam will do. Maybe in the future, you never do get the chance to call me Professor.
Only Layla found out about Professor Faruzan. Layla.
Few details. Oh, you're right, Madam Faruzan. Of course you will. If you become a researcher, you can explore any field you like to your heart in the future if you want. You can even become one of my students. But Mom and Dad said that there are 6 Darshans in the academia. Wait, was it 7?
No, it's actually 6.
Darshan teaches about mechanisms in origami. Well, in this case, it would be Haravatat.
I know. We need to choose Kasharawar.
Huh?
I want to attend Kasharawar in the future, and
I want to make even more
Oh,
awesome
no.
mechanism.
Actually, the other Darshans do have their own specialties too. For example, Haravatat specializes in... Pay attention, children. Children? How did this happen? What if we end up in a Darshan we don't like?
Oh, yeah.
To learn about the things we
It's
do
the tunnel vision problem. That's what it is.
No, that won't happen. The only person able to restrict your curiosity as a researcher is you. Do you understand what I... Huh. It's all right. You still have a long road ahead of you. Let me tell you a story about pressure-based mechanisms and elemental monuments.
That'll be cool. Open the book, tell us a story about it. Gardener and the nursery. Yeah, so I think that's about it. I think that's everything. Yeah, don't mind this. I'll clean them up when I'm gone. And there you have it. That's all 63 Primo Gems. Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, for 3 hours. Yes, it's 3 hours. Next up, I think it's... yeah, there's nothing left. I think it's the one we're waiting for. We could do some... I have plans for Warframe's new DLC and also some plans for Rocket League event. Maybe I'll do Rocket League first, then Warframe, because yeah, I haven't changed my CPU yet. Because it's not much of the event. I think I will want to take a break first. Then we'll do.
Paimon coming in!
Of course, the version 3.6 Nahida Story Quest Act 2. That will be next after the updates out, which is going to be an epic long journey with Bongo Head. Bongo Head, look! You're on the story quest with Nahida pretty soon. Bongo Head, man! Bongo Head! The Poco Poco Beanie here! Oh, it's so it's so... And yeah, it's cute. Oh yeah, it's very awesome, this Bongo Head.